So these are not evil geniuses having these affairs, apparently, that they
No,
don't realize.
they're just people. They're just people. They're just flawed people. But I tell you, I've had a lot of clients in my office who, particularly men, who had affairs. And they're like legitimately heartbroken. I mean, they're sitting across from me saying, like, this had nothing to do with my wife. Like, and they don't realize how crazy that sounds, you know? Like I do, because I'm going to have to argue to a judge, so I'm very mindful of how something sounds. But you'll say, what do you mean it had nothing to do with your wife? And they're like, I wasn't even thinking about my wife. Like, and I go, well, that's the problem, is you should have been. But they really are sincere when they say, but I really love my wife. I love the family we have together. I love the history we have. I love our children. I love her parents. But we don't have that connection anymore that we had, like a romantic or sexual connection. And, you know, again, I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not a therapist, but like sex is the glue. I mean, you know, what's the difference between a roommate and a spouse? You know, like you have a romantic and sexual connection to this person. And if that's gone completely out of the marriage, or it used to be 90% of your relationship and now it's 1%, like that's not healthy. That's not a good idea. Like that's not necessarily a human, you know, a human needs not being met there. So I'm not saying the answer is go have an affair. I don't think that's the answer at all.